Still, he got out his charts and he started looking. He had to look hard because Nazareth was only a dot on the map. Imagine, he said to himself, beginning the story of salvation in a backwater place like that. Gabriel was even more stunned when he finally found Miriam, known to her friends by the diminutive Mary. The poet Frederick Beechner helps us along. She struck the angel Gabriel as hardly old enough to have a child at all, let alone this child. But he had been entrusted with a message to give, and he gave it. He told her what the child was to be named, who he was to be, and something about the mystery that was to come upon her. "You mustn't be afraid," said the angel to Mary. And as he said it, he only hoped that she wouldn't notice that beneath his great golden wings, he himself was trembling with fear to think that the whole future of creation hung now on the answer of a girl. The problem is, she doesn't answer. At least, not right away. For she too has a question and a statement to make. Both, I am sure, struck terror in the hearts of this angelic visitor because they are the ones that he had been fearing since the beginning of time. If she asked these questions, mighty Gabriel would have no answer. So he held his breath, and he heard her say, "How can this be? I'm still a virgin." It was just what Gabriel did not want to hear. A statement of the obvious and a question that demanded clarification. Mary may have been a child in the angel's eyes and ours, but she is no fool. She knows enough to realize that so far something very important has been left out of this angel story. If she's going to have a baby, she's going to need to have something that she has not yet had. Gabriel intentionally glossed over this, hoping that she would not notice. But Mary informs him in a simple sentence that something is missing from his angelic equation. "How can this be?" Mary may have said again, and then repeated for emphasis, "For I am still a virgin." Nobody could accuse Mary of not being direct. She had just asked the one question that the angel had been dreading from the beginning of his mission because he had no explanation either. Gabriel was still holding his breath. Mary was thinking. The angel checked his notes again. There were no other names on the list. The angel was trembling and sweating because her response was no foregone conclusion. Mary could have said no. She could have said, "Listen, my fine-winged friend, I've got Joseph, whom I love, and my whole life ahead of me, and you've got the wrong person. I don't have time for this. I don't need this. So don't let the door hit you in the wings on the way out." For what seemed like an eternity, the two of them stood there. Then, in novelist Reynolds Price words, she looked well past Gabriel, the rim of the skyline back of his shoulder, and there was an odd cloud forming itself in the shape of a dark bird rushing toward her. She met the angel's eyes again and said, "Here am I, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word." That's all Gabriel needed to hear. He rushed from the house, and when he hit the fresh air outside, he did something that no angel has ever done before or since. He fainted, face first, in the mud. When he came to in the arms of his fellow angels, he couldn't remember anything but holding his breath. "What did she say?" he asked, closed his eyes, anticipating the worst. "She said yes," his colleagues replied with immeasurable joy. That simple yes meant more than Gabriel's mission would be considered a success. That yes allowed God to become one of us, to be born of a human mother and to know in a very real way what it's like to be human, to have family, to make friends and then lose them, to have a life and then lose it. Mary's yes made Christ's coming possible. If she had said no, we would have all been celebrating only some Druidic festival about the lengthening of days. But we're not. We're celebrating God's life, coming in the person of Jesus to save you and to save me. Thank God. Thank Mary. And thank Gabriel. He's the angel over there, whose color is only just now beginning to return to his face.